My name is Joe, and this is my aha moment. I've worked for some great organizations like the United Way and the Red Cross and others, and about a year ago, my husband became very ill. It was very sudden, but he was very ill, and he ended up being in the hospital for several months and finally going home to die. And during that period of time, for the first time since I was 14 years old, I quit my job and I resigned and just said, I need to focus on him and take care of him. And after he died, I found that I just had turned inward, and I really just couldn't imagine going back to work. I just didn't feel like I had anything to give anymore. And I got a call one day from a friend who worked at the Southeastern Firefighters Burn Foundation, and he said, we're looking for somebody to come to work for us, and I'd love to have you come out and talk about it. And I said, I don't think I'm ready for that. I said, my heart was still broken, and he said, well, just come out and let me take you on a tour. And the foundation operates a 50-bed house for families of burn survivors who are in our burn unit, and sometimes they're there for days, weeks, even months. And so I went out. I didn't know a lot about it, but almost as a favor to him, I went out and took a walk through. And while I was in the house that day, there were a number of families there, and one lady was sitting there, and she just looked exhausted. And I spoke to her, and she started telling me her story, and it felt so familiar because she had a loved one, a son, who was in the burn unit, and he had been there for a long time, for several months, and he had had several surgeries, and he was struggling. And the more she and I talked, the more I just felt a real burden on my heart to reach out to her. And so as I got in the car and left, I think that was the aha moment. I guess I just realized that working is not just about making a living. It's about making a difference. And I felt like I could make a difference, and I hope I have, because I went back and I went to work there.